Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie.the.cosmic.sailor and I help guide those on a journey of self-discovery. So today we are asking the question, what makes you special? So we have 3 groups to choose from today. Whichever group you feel drawn to the most, that's most likely your reading. If you feel drawn to more than one group, that's totally okay. It just means there's more than one message for you here today. So group number 1 is this stack of cards with the Tiger's Eye crystal. Group number 2 is this stack of cards with the black Kyanite. And group number 3 is this stack of cards with the Acorn. So feel free to pause the video and meditate on the piles. I will have the timestamps linked in the description box below, that way you can click straight to your group. And I will see you in your reading. Bye! Hello! If you chose pile number 1 with the Tiger's Eye crystal, this is your reading. We're going to go ahead and get right in and look at what makes you special. So this is a beautiful crystal. I was already getting the message that if you chose this pile, something that makes you special is your strong intuition and your strong ability to trust your intuition. Something that was coming through. I also feel like you guys could be really connected to animals, specifically cats. Big cats was something that was coming through, so tigers, lions, panthers, just the energy of cats. I mean, you did choose the Tiger's Eye crystal, but let's go ahead and look at your cards. So we have the shark. What makes pile number 1 special? We have Taurus with the number 14. I just saw 111 on the clock timer, so that could be a number you're seeing. I also feel really called to tell you that I started this reading yesterday and the energy just didn't feel right, and so I decided to trust my intuition and take a break. And I'm coming back to this reading today and I feel the energy is so much more fresh, so much more alive, and I am really glad that I trusted my intuition. I feel like you guys could get messages through spirit. I feel like you are very connected to spirit with the Taurus I have card here. With the shark here as well, the shark is all about being honest with yourself. So I feel like what makes you special is this really strong spirit, strong soul, strong ability. Whenever you receive a message that you trust it and you follow it. And I feel like you receive a lot of synchronicities, a lot of symbols on your path whenever you do trust your intuition, like, yes, this is the right path for me. Also, I will mention the Taurus card here is very connected to the elementals. So that would be like elves, fairies, gnomes, fire, earth, wind, water elements. So I feel like you guys could be very connected to nature, is something that's coming through, but specifically nature when it has to do with the metaphysical realm. Let's see what else we have. So we have Exorcist, light attribute, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. So with this card coming through, this is giving me like shaman energy. So I feel like you guys have this special ability to connect with spirit and connect with the metaphysical in a really deep way. And it's interesting because we have Taurus here. I'm getting it's like so deep that you're able to connect with spirit, that you can see and sense spirit around you and in places where people would think, oh, that's just something normal, that's something regular. I feel like you can see the magic in everything and spirit in everything, even mundane things. Like, I'm getting nature strongly, so you can see the magic in the way the grass is growing. I'm getting an image of a flower growing through concrete. So I also feel like you guys have this really special ability to be resilient. And Taurus is fixed earth, and fixed earth is very slow and steady. But I feel like you guys could be very methodical or very persistent when it comes to going after what it is you want. And with the Shark card here, this is about being honest with yourself. So I feel like when your ideas or plans change, I feel like even if it is uncomfortable to put yourself in new situations, I feel like you have this special ability to shift and change is something that's also coming through. And then we have the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Really interesting. I feel like you guys could be like gurus or psychics or spiritual enthusiasts. I feel like you guys may also have the ability to connect with other people. I feel like you guys give really good advice. And I feel like it's because you meet people where they are. I feel this strong sense of being connected to the present moment. And I'm also getting this strong energy of two truths can coexist. So I feel like you guys can recognize that some other people's truth may not be your truth, but I feel like you have this really understanding ability to be like, okay, this is where these people are, and you're able to meet them where they are. Let's see what else we have. We have nature signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. And so with this card coming out, I feel like you guys have a really special ability to communicate with nature. Specifically animals is something that's coming through right here, but I was mentioning, the trees and the grass. I feel like you guys have this higher understanding that everything has consciousness. Everything is conscious. Even and also everything has energy as well. So like even inanimate objects is something that's coming through. The table, the candle, the figurines. It's like everything has energy and brings this this awareness. I also feel this strong Venusian energy with you. So we do have Taurus here, but Libra as well. I feel like you guys have a really special ability of seeing the beauty in all things. And I feel like you guys have a really cool aesthetic. I'm getting Earth Girl aesthetic is something that's coming through. But I feel like you also have a really special ability of knowing what's good and what's not. Which is interesting that word is coming through. Good is, depends on what person is looking at it. But it's just, I love this energy because connecting with your group, I just feel so energized. I feel so excited for life. I feel like, what's next? I just want to keep flipping the cards, and I just feel such aliveness. But bringing back that message of good, I feel like you guys, it's like you're able to see, it's interesting because you're able to see things at such a deep level that the intention of something before it even brings forth what its intention is. I feel like you guys have such this grounded energy about you. I feel like friends may come to you to ask advice on other people is something that's coming through. People may come to you and be like, is this person a good person, or what's the intention of this person? And I feel like you guys have a really strong connection to spirit, strong connection to people's souls, that you're able to be like, okay, yeah, this person wants this person wants this. And it may be that other people's intentions may not be equivalent to your friend's intention, and I feel like you're really good at picking up this energy. And then we also have Lemon Lime Dragon with Union. I feel like you guys are really charismatic as well, is something that's coming through, and I feel like you may have a lot of friends or a lot of people who want to be in your energy, who want to be around you. I also feel such this fastness. You guys could be my fairy pile is something that's coming through, very connected to the Fae. I just feel such this strong bouncy type energy, and I feel like I've channeled this energy before. It's almost like Tigger and Winnie the Pooh, how he just like bounces around. But I love this energy, guys. It keeps me on my toes, and I feel like it's like you guys could also be really good at shape-shifting and being, it's like the thing that people need is something that's coming through as well, where it's like if you're in a room with a bunch of extroverts, you may become the introvert. If you're in a room with a bunch of introverts, you may become the extrovert. And I feel like your energy is just so much fun to be around as well. And I also feel like you have this like bohemian type energy as well. You may have a lot of like Native American type things or like those types of patterns, but I'm also just seeing this like beachy, bohemian, Jamaica is something that's also coming through. I feel like you guys may also wear like beads or crystals or I just feel such strong emphasis on jewelry, and I feel like you guys have a really good ability at seeing, like, I feel like you guys can make anything beautiful is something that's also coming through. I feel the strong connection to Mother Nature as well. Let's see. And with the Taurus here, I feel like you guys could be really connected to the five senses as well. So I feel like you guys may have a really good ability at eating good foods, wearing good clothes, good quality clothes. And I'm hearing somebody say it's about quality, not quantity. So I feel like you guys may have like a really good collection of clothes is something that I'm hearing. So like shirts, pants, dresses, boots, purses. I feel like you're coming off as the cool friend. It's like no matter what you wear, it's like how you wear it. And you have a really good sense of style, a really good sense of fashion is something that's also coming through. And with this, nothing is yet set in stone. I feel like you guys are really good at seeing all sides of things. I feel like you guys would be really good mediators, really good at, helping people see other people's perspectives and see other people's sides, because I feel like you recognize the truth that it's like everybody is here just having their own experience, and everybody is the main character in their own story. And you guys are also giving main character energy as well. And so I feel like because you recognize that you are the main character in your own story, you can recognize that everybody else is their own main character. And I also feel like you guys may have a really deep understanding that everybody else is living their best life, everybody else is making the decisions that they feel that they should be making, and everybody's life is just as deep and detailed as yours. Is something that's coming through. I feel like you guys may also be like tarot readers or into divination. And I feel like you receive, with this nature signs, you receive a lot of signs and synchronicities through nature. I feel like you guys may be really into animal divination, or like when an animal crosses your path, you may know what it means spiritually. And I feel like you may be the friend that people go to when they're curious about certain things that happen in their life, or like spiritual things, like why did this happen to me, and they want to know what it means on a deeper level. I feel like you may be the person that your friends go to. And with the lemon lime dragon here, I feel like you guys have a really special ability of really connecting with people and meeting people where they are. And this is why I feel like you have such this lovable, almost like teddy bear, or like people just love being in your energy, because I feel like you have this special ability of really being present with people when they're talking to you, when they're telling you their problems. I feel like you have a really good listening ear, and whenever people come to you, you may be like the type of friend that won't like, it's just people really love to talk to you is something that's coming through. And you have this special ability of being able to connect with other people. And it's like, I'm seeing people, it's like when they look at you, they feel like you're looking into their soul. And I feel like a lot of people may think that you're their soulmate is something that's also coming through, or that you're connected on a soul level. And it's interesting because I feel like you're so connected to spirit, and it's also this message coming through is like everybody is a spirit having a human experience, or how does the saying go? It's like we're all spiritual beings having human experiences, and you may understand this on a deep level. Let's go ahead. I want to go ahead and look at your tarot cards. I feel like you guys just have such this grounding energy about you. I feel like you also have this special ability of really calming people's anxiety, calming people's nerves is something that's coming through. And it's interesting with the shark here because it's like this, it comes from this place of truth, and that's why people feel really grounded and calm in your energy, because you tell people how it is, and so then it's like their fears kind of subside. I'm getting this energy of like somebody being afraid of the dark. It's like they hear a noise in the dark and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid, and their fears may really work things up. And I feel like you're the person who's like, well, just turn on the lights. And, they turn on the light and they're like, oh, it's just the floorboard creaking or something. It's like you have this ability to really ground people and calm people down. I feel like you guys also may be really into meditation. You may meditate a lot, journal a lot. I'm going to shuffle these off camera because I can do it a little bit better when I do it in my lab. And I also just feel so open when connecting with your group's energy. Like I feel like I could talk to you for hours is something that's coming through. And I could just, you have such this lighthearted energy, this ability to remain in the light. And it's like, I feel like you guys, it's interesting because you may have been like a shaman in a past life, or a druid, or somebody who knew like the healing power of nature. And so it's like your essence is almost very natural is something that's coming through. It's like you're giving me like a tree. It's something, it's interesting that's coming through. Let's go ahead and get your tarot cards. Spirit guides of love and light. What makes pile number 1 special? Wow. Your cards are just flying out. Okay. So we got 4 cards, and your cards just really flew out. I feel like you guys have this really strong connection with spirit. And I do feel called to tell you the Taurus card in tarot is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is a spiritual advisor, a spiritual seeker. He's the one who people go to when they're asking to connect with spirit. So I feel like you guys have this really natural ability. I feel like maybe from a young age you were very spiritual, and not in like a religious sense is something that's coming through. Just very connected to spirit overall. Let's see. So we have the Page of Wands. We have the 7 of Cups. Oh, and I can't show this because she's kind of naked. The Star. And I'm going to put this over. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. What makes pile number 1 special? I feel like you guys have a beginner's mind, that even when you've come up against challenge, even when you have to maybe start over in life or start new things, I feel like you really come through with a beginner's mind. Also, even if you're a seasoned practitioner at whatever you do, I feel like you're really good at clearing your mind and coming to things with a fresh start, with a fresh perspective. I feel like you guys are also really hardworking. And I'm getting this like beaver energy where it's like selfless service. And I feel like this is what makes you special. And I feel like you're also really good at continuing to work. I feel like you're almost giving like this Energizer Bunny type energy. And it's because you're able to like let things go, let things roll off your back and begin things anew. And so it's like you showing up with consistent new energy. I feel like you guys are really fun to be around as well. And even if you have gone through hard times or struggled, I feel like not a lot of people may sense this about you, which is interesting. I feel like you guys do give really good advice and really you're very knowledgeable when it comes to people, and I feel like it's because you have experienced a lot of the things that you give advice about. But not a lot of people may know this because you're able to have such this light-hearted, fresh, new energy. I also feel like you guys have this really good ability to work for yourself. Is something that's coming through with the Eight of Pentacles. You guys may be entrepreneurs. You may have your own business. Or you may think about having your own business. What makes pile number 1 special? I feel like you guys are also alchemists and you're able to transmute negativity into positivity. I feel like you guys could be very funny as well. And it's like people may come to you with negative energy or project things onto you, but you have such this ability, it's like to dodge the things they say and turn it into something funny, which is interesting. And I feel like a lot of people love this about you. It's like no matter what people throw at you, it's like you're able to turn it into fun and play. And you have this ability to connect to your inner child that I feel like a lot of people sense in you. I also, with the Seven of Cups here, I feel like you guys are again, that message of very connected to spirit. But also, I feel like you guys may have this ability to see things before they happen. And it's like, if I go down this path, this is what will happen. And that's why I feel like you guys are very connected to the energy of play and laughter and this energy of fun. Because I feel like it's like you understand that negativity only breeds more negativity. And you have this really good ability to alchemize and transmute negativity into light. And I just looking at all these people's outfits, I feel like you guys have a really good sense of style. Like the things you wear, I feel like people may be like, how do you know to pair those things together? And it's like, I feel like you're just so connected to your inner child. It's like, children when they dress themselves, it's like quirky, but it's also cute. And a lot of people may think, oh, well, that doesn't match or that doesn't go together. But it's like you don't really care. And it's like because you have such this confidence about your aesthetic, it makes it really attractive and magnetizing. I feel like people may also see you as abundant is something that's coming through. Luxurious. It's giving Empress energy. And your spirit guides are saying, I've got the whole world in my hands. So I feel like people may see you as having everything that you want, everything that you dream of. You're a very powerful manifester as well. And I just keep being drawn back to this Taurus card, so I want to read it out of the book for you. Because I feel like the book can say it best. So the Taurus, there's obviously a lot that goes into the Taurus, so I'm only going to read some of it. But up here, like the main quote, it says, there are 3 classes of people: those who see when they are shown, and those who do not see. So it says, you are about to grow something from which there will be beauty and abundance. Taurus natives are ruled by Venus, the planet of loveliness and indulgence. They tend to be down to earth, but have a special eye for attractiveness and always have a need for luxury. Practical matters rule first with Taurus, taking care of the home and all of the comforts before they move on toward what they truly love, which is pondering the meaning of their fates. As spiritual masters and teachers, they never completely sway away from what is real and solid ground, yet in their own way they can be dreamy. And then over here it says, that said, Taurus is the sign that rules the fairy world, so contact with fairies or elementals is possible when this card turns up in a reading. You may have fairy dreams or even build a fairy home or garden. Sensing fairy presences is also possible. Yeah. And then see, it says over here, corresponding tarot card, the Hierophant. Key idea is comfort, nurturing, steadfastness, materialism, money, what is owned. So you guys are just giving like abundant, knows how to handle their money type energy. But I feel like that's all I have for you, pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye. Hello. If you chose pile number 2 with the black kyanite, this is your reading. We are going to look at what makes you special. So the first thing that I was feeling when connecting with your group's energy was you may have a really strong sense of fate or a strong sense of destiny. And your spirit guides were also showing me the Yod in astrology. So Y-O-D is how it's spelled. And I can't remember exactly how to calculate it. I would look it up. The Yod in astrology. How do I calculate my Yod? Because I believe it's called Yod. It's like your point of destiny in your astrology, in your zodiac chart. Looking at where that is gives you a hint at your destiny. And actually, it's in this astrology book. Let me actually look it up really quick because I feel like that's very important. Number 48. Hold on one second. So actually, whenever I'm looking at the Yod card in the book, it says, a person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. I feel like somebody may have needed to hear that. So it says, the ancients believed that the Yod was an area of fate in the chart and not a particularly favorable one. Interesting that it says that. It's a triangle formed by 2 planets 60 degrees apart while both are 150 degrees from a third planet. This creates a thin pie-shaped. So the Yod was coming through, but that's not what I'm... There was a... I feel like there's something else. The Yod. Interesting that that's coming through. I feel like there's another point that I'm thinking about in your chart. I can't remember what it's called, but I would look more into the Yod and see if you have this point in your chart, so it also says down here, when the Yod card presents itself in a reading, it means that the situation may be chaotic or may soon turn that way. It will be hard to see any clear path because of this chaos, but it will be important to weather through it all. And I was also I just saw 321 on the clock timer. I was getting the imagery of Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and how he always says, like, this is my destiny, this is my fate, like, I'm supposed to capture the Avatar, and he's so, like, hell-bent on capturing the Avatar and returning honor to his name. I feel like this, and I haven't even looked at your cards yet, so we'll see what comes through your cards. But I feel like what's special about you is you have this very determined energy to achieve something or be something. And it was also mentioning in the book that you may be the black sheep of the family. That's something that's coming through. But let's go ahead and look at your cards and see what exactly we get. So we have the Lion coming through. What is special about pile number 2? We have Lover, light attributes, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. Shadow attributes, obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. Interesting that's coming through, because self-destructive devotion was something that I feel like Zuko in Avatar: The Last Airbender exhibited. He was so devoted to capturing the Avatar, but it was self-destructive because it wasn't part of his destiny, it wasn't part of his path. And we have the Lover here. What makes pile number 2 special? I feel like you guys have a really strong spirit, a really strong heart chakra as well. And I feel like you have this ability to almost, it's like I'm seeing somebody walking toward a path, even if they have to walk through fire, even if they have to climb mountains. It's like, I feel like you guys have such this, like, strong desire within you, this strong passion within you to do something, achieve something, be something, is something that's coming through. And this is what makes you special, because I feel like when you want something, it's like nothing will stop in your way, or nothing will get in your way, nothing will stop you. Let's see what else we have. So we have Uranus, Genius, with the number 9. See what else. We have Surrender to the Divine with the full moon. What is special about pile number 2? Surrender to the Divine. I'm feeling just such this strong energy. It may be kind of stubborn at times that you exude. Yeah, I feel like you have a very strong will, is something that's coming through, where it's like the only thing that is going to stop you from doing something is intervention from spirit, intervention from the divine. You guys are very, very powerful. And this is what's special about you, is like, sometimes people may give up on things that are meant for them, but I feel like you only give up on things if it's not meant for you. Which is interesting that that's coming through. And it may take a lot of work on spirit's side to get you to see certain things. Number 9. But I feel like this is part of it's part of your fate. It's like you're meant to go through things. I feel like you guys would be really good teachers, because you have this ability to really test certain things and put yourself through certain trials Because whenever you're meant to learn a lesson, you learn that lesson 110%. Let's see what else we have. We have illusion with the mushroom dragon. And we have light. The Fairy Queen of Light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. Let's move your crystal. What is special about pile number 2? I feel like you may have been born during a full moon, or full moons could be very pivotal times in your life. You may notice a lot of things happen during a full moon, or your emotions may be heightened. Pile number 2. I feel like you guys are really good friends as well. And with the lion here, we have this like very steadfast, patient, and regal type energy that I feel like you exude. It's almost like I feel like you exude this energy of being the king or being the queen, of being in your highest power. And it's interesting because on your card, your fairy card, it says the Fairy Queen of Light. So this is more regal energy. I'm getting this specific message. You may have been in the monarch or a king or queen in one of your past lives. I feel like you carry this energy with you now. And that's why I feel like you almost have this very like unstoppable energy, because you've lived lives where you were on top. And so it's like nothing will stop you. And it's interesting because Zuko in Avatar: The Last Airbender is a prince. But in the show, you know, he's the prince of the Fire Nation, but his father has, you know, exiled him and kicked him out. And he had such this strong heart. He had such this strong sense of love for his family, even though they weren't the best people. And it's like nothing was going to stop him from reclaiming his title of prince. But, you know, the kingdom in the Fire Kingdom in Avatar: The Last Airbender was corrupt. And it wasn't a good thing to be in the Fire Kingdom. And all of his family members, you know, exuded this very egotistical quality of, I'm the one in control, I'm the one that has power. And he had to go on this journey of self-exploration, of discovering what it is he truly wanted, and if he was going to, you know, do certain things that weren't in alignment with his integrity to get what he wanted. I'm also getting this message, you may have a really powerful family, is something that's coming through. I feel like you guys are very protected by spirit. Very protected. And I feel like things may happen in your life that you may not see as a blessing, but it's like you're so protected that your spirit guide, spirit, doesn't want anything bad to happen to you. But you may, you know, and being in a human body, being in a human form with an ego, may think, why is this happening to me? I don't understand. But it's like because spirit loves you so much. And I just keep being drawn back to Prince Zuko from the Avatar. It's like he thought that being exiled from his family was this horrible thing, and he needed to prove himself, and he needed to prove who he was. But at the end of the day, you know, he realizes, I am valuable, I am worthy, I am good enough. I don't have to prove myself. And, you know, being exiled from his family was a huge blessing because they were so toxic and they were manipulative. I feel like there could be messages in Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you've never seen that cartoon, it's on Netflix, I believe. I highly encourage watching it. It's such a good show, such an amazing show. And Prince Zuko is actually one of my favorite characters. I I love him so much, and he has such a, like, strong character arc. I feel like something special about you is that energy of destiny. I feel like you're meant to learn really, really, really valuable lessons in this life. And I'm also getting this message of, like, things are not always as they seem. I feel like that could be a lesson that you frequently learn. Is something that's coming through with this mushroom dragon illusion. And I feel like that's, your spirit guides are saying that is the paradigm on Earth at this time, is like things are not always as they seem. And your spirit guides are drawing me to people of wealth, people of high status. It's like a lot of people may think, you know, they have it really good and they have all this money, they have all this nobility, they have everything that I could ever want. But whenever you talk to those people, you know, they're very unhappy. And life has not been the best for them. You know, it's like when you have all that money, it's like people think, you know, they can do anything they want, but it's like everything comes with a price. And it's interesting because they're showing me, like, the happiest people are the people who live in poverty. It's like the people who have nothing know that nothing on the outside can make them feel happy because it comes from within. Everything comes from within. Your whole reality is created from how you see things. I just saw 1441 on the clock timer, so that could be something that you see. I also feel like you may go through a lot of spiritual awakenings, a lot of reawakenings. With the Uranus card here, it's all about, it's giving me, like, I think this card is the Tower. Let me actually look in the book so I'm not telling you wrong. Yeah, the tarot card corresponding to Uranus is the Tower. So, in the book it says, the public is wonderfully tolerant. It forgives everything except genius. The sudden bolt of a surprise that causes chaos. Uranus, the great awakener, is here to wake you up. According to myth, out of chaos emerged two expressions of deities, Gaia, Mother Earth, and Uranus, Father Sky. As the higher octave of Mercury, Uranus arrives to break the rules and smash established structures. It is the planet of not only genius, but also intuition, which arrives in sudden flashes, just like lightning seemingly out of nowhere. I love this because it's giving, like, I feel like something that makes you special is your ability to wake people up. And it's almost like, it's like breaking certain structures that no longer serve the world from the inside out. And that's kind of how Prince Zuko was in the Avatar as well. Because he was trying so hard to fight for something that was falling apart. He was ultimately one of the people who, you know, helped the fall of the Fire Nation, who helped the fall of the kingdom, and he was the prince. He was supposed to succeed, but it's like he began to rebuild things as well. You guys are, I feel like something that's special about you is you almost have this very, like, I feel like you may think that things fall apart around you, or you may see yourself as being like the black sheep or bad luck, but this is actually really, really, really positive and really, really good. You guys, I feel like something special about you is you're here to incite change. And you're here to almost awaken people from, like, a deep sleep. With the illusion card here as well, it's like, and I keep being drawn back to society. It's like people think that being rich is the goal. People think that, you know, having a lot of money, having a lot of cars will make them happy. But you may be on such a deep spiritual quest that when you share this knowledge and wisdom with other people, they realize, like, wow, you know, I create how I feel. I create what I see. And I feel like with this light card, I feel like you guys are very protected, but I feel like your spirit guides also want you to practice protection rituals. And I'm also, I feel like remembering the things that you love is very important for you as well, especially if I'm just being drawn to like psychic attack. If you have a lot of negativity projected onto you, or if you have, you know, maybe negative thoughts or negative emotions, especially with this light card here, because, you know, we can't have light without darkness. And it says to remind you the light can penetrate the darkness. So when you remember the things you love and, you know, just list them. You know, I love my house. I love my body. I love my hair. I love everything about you. It's like, I feel like you guys are really good at shifting people's perspectives. But a lot of times this doesn't come without other people trying to tell you that what you're doing is wrong. You know, people don't like change is something that's really coming through. But you guys, I feel like, are really powerful people at changing other people's perspectives. Surrender to the divine. It's like you can't control how other people react. You can't control what other people do or say to you, but you can control how you act and how you react to things. And because you have such this passion within you and such this like drive, it's like people may tend to project onto you, but I feel like your spirit guides really want you to practice protecting your energy, protecting yourself, also imagining, you know, a white light around you and imagining, you know, a white light of protection around you. And also knowing that, you know, we can tend to, like, especially if you're a very psychic person and you can pick up on other people's emotions and energy, you may think that those other people's emotions are your own emotions. But when you know and understand that you have control over how you feel, you can then begin to shift and change it. And that's why remembering things that you love, remembering things that you're grateful for is very important. And actually, I haven't even gotten into your tarot cards, but we're going to go ahead and look at your tarot cards. I just felt like a lot of energy coming through with this pile. Let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards. Spirit guides of love and light. What makes pile number 2 special? What makes pile number 2 special? So whenever I was shuffling, we had the 9 of Wands flip out, but I was feeling such this strong energy of being connected to your heart. Even when other people, you know, have forsaken parts of their identity or, you know, exiled or pushed parts of themselves away to, you know, make other people happy. I feel like you guys have such a strong connection to your heart that you know what you want, and you have this really good ability of knowing what's right and what's wrong is something that's coming through. Even when other people may try to tell you, you know, you need to be doing this or you should be doing this, I feel like you have such this strong connection to your heart that you're able to understand what is right and what is wrong. I feel strong Libra energy as well. 9 of Wands. And I feel like I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if you have really strong values and you really follow those values. I'm getting peace as one of your values. Maybe freedom as well. What else do we have? The Knight of Pentacles. I just saw 2222 on the clock timer, so you may be seeing 22 a lot. What makes pile number 1 special? I feel like you have this really strong ability to stand up for the underdog as well. And fight for what's right. Knight of Pentacles. What makes pile number 2 special? Let me get some more cards. What makes pile number 2 special? Okay, so we had death flip over. Wow, this is really, really powerful. And your spirit guides are calling me to tell you, you know, death is all about change. It's all about new beginnings. And I will say, you know, when this card comes out, it is kind of scary. You know, change is scary. And that's something that I was feeling with your guys' energy as well. Is like, not a lot of people like change. Not a lot of people like to admit what they're doing is wrong. I feel like you guys are very humble as well, and I feel like you have this really strong ability to admit to yourself when you know what you're doing is wrong, and you have this really strong ability to, you know, change. I feel like you're always on the right path. Your spirit guides are saying when you trust your intuition and when you follow your heart, you're always on the right path. And you have this really like brave heart type energy as well, where you're not afraid to tell people how it is. You're not afraid to point out, you know, this is not working, we need to change. Death. And not a lot of people want to, you know, embrace this change. Not a lot of people want to embrace this energy. Even though, you know, we think about death as, you know, an ending only leads to a new beginning. People get so caught up on the ending. People get so caught up on a way of life not being how they thought it would be, or their expectations not being how they thought they would be. We have the Queen of Wands. We have this lion energy here as well. You may be a Leo. This is Leo and Pisces energy here. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Actually, I feel like it should go like this. What makes pile number 2 special? Very strong connection to the divine, very strong connection to your spirit guides. I feel like you have a really strong mission here on Earth, a really strong purpose. And that's why I was feeling when I was connecting with your crystal is like this strong sense of like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Even if people around me don't agree, even if people around me don't like it, this is what I'm here for. This is why I'm here. And I feel like you may have known from a very young age as well, you know, I'm meant to speak my truth. I'm meant to say what it is that needs to be said. Because even if people don't agree with it, it's like there is at least one person who it will resonate with. And there is at least one person who will receive my message. And if I can change one person's mind or perspective, I can change the world. Which is really interesting that that's coming through. It's like the ripple. It's like, people may think, you know, I need a huge stage, I need a huge platform, I need a huge following in order to change people's minds and hearts. But the universe is so, like, we are so connected at such a deep level that, you know, even by telling your truth to 1 or 2 people at the grocery store, that one person could tell one person, and that one person could tell 2 people, and those 2 people could tell 3 people, and it just spreads like wildfire. I feel like you guys have a really different way of seeing things, but it's meant to be seen. And a lot of people, I feel like, will know the message and know the things that you say. And it's like really interesting. It's like you're meant to change a lot of people's minds and really shake things up. And I feel like also the strong message coming through that you're meant to like bring through this new paradigm, this new way of viewing things. And it's very high vibrational. And I feel like it comes from a place of love and light. But, you know, like I was saying, it's like you can't have light without the darkness. I also feel this message of maybe looking back on things that you've gone through or rereading, you know, past experiences or looking back. Your spirit guides really want to acknowledge how far you've come. and how much you've grown. You may not be able to see it from the day to day, but when you look back within a week's time, a month's time, a year's time, I feel like you've changed so much, not only in your life, but in the lives of people around you. I also feel like you guys may be very connected to the occult with the black cat here. I'm also getting Halloween being a very significant time for you. You guys may resonate with being a witch. Halloween is the witch's new year. New beginnings, I feel like, is all around your reading. You're really good at creating new beginnings. But of course, new beginnings cannot come without an ending of some sort, and people may not like this, but this is what I feel like is part of your destiny. But I feel like that's all I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye. Hello, if you chose pile number 3 with the Acorn, this is your reading. We are going to look at what makes you special. So I just felt called to say that my husband actually found this acorn on a walk and he gave it to me. And I feel like this is very significant for your group to know this. I feel like you guys may have a lot of people in your corner, a lot of people who support you, a lot of people who love you, a lot of people who want to give you things, who want to support you, who want to help you on your journey. I feel like you guys also have this energy of being an earth angel. You have this very helpful, caring, kind energy about you. I feel like that people pick up on and almost mirror back to you is something that's coming through. Let's go ahead and look at your cards. So we have the Fox card. So strong message of relationships coming through. I just saw 1:11 on the clock timer. You may have a significant other or person in your life that it's coming through as almost like soulmate, twin flame type energy. You may be married, or you may have just one person who you're really committed to you and they're very committed to you. You're committed to them and they're committed to you. Because the fox is all about relationship. And the fox also mates for life. They only have one partner, and they're committed to that partner. And they, for example, the fox, the male fox will go out and get food and bring it back to the woman fox. I also feel this message of being in your divine feminine energy, if you resonate as being a divine feminine, and allowing your divine masculine to show up for you and to give you things. With the message of the acorn, it's like allow them to be in their divine masculine. And this is something I feel like most divine feminine can struggle with, is wanting to have control, especially if they didn't have a really good role model for the divine feminine. If you grew up with a single mother or a mom who is very controlling or smothering, it can be hard for divine feminine to be in that energy of receptivity and allow things to unfold. I also feel this message of creativity coming through. And Empress energy strong. I feel like what makes you guys special is your creative vision and also your ability to think on your feet in situations. Something that is coming through. Let's see what else we have. We have Femme Fatale. So light attributes highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. And with this message of attachment to money and power, I feel like you guys really have strong Empress energy. And the Empress in tarot is all about receptivity. She's the most abundant in, time, money, material things, non-material things. And it's not because she's out there, you know, working hard, going after it and putting in the work and pushing and showing up and harder, better, faster, stronger type energy. She's in this energy of receptivity and things just come to her. Abundance just flows to her. And actually, I want to look at this card in the book. Femme Fatale. Okay, so it says Black Widow, Flirt, Siren, Circe, Seductress, Enchantress. Really interesting. You guys may have really strong Scorpio energy in your chart, or you may have this very like seductive quality about you. You guys, I feel like, are very beautiful. I'm also getting a strong message. I feel like people may have a lot of dreams about you. And I feel like you have this very like highly sexual energy as well. But I feel like you're meant to have almost like one person or one partner despite having this like high sexual energy. I feel like you're meant to express it in a healthy way. Let's see what else we have. So we have Sagittarius IC with the number 21, which reduces to 3, which is more Empress energy. We have Blue Moon, Believe in the Impossible. Believe in the impossible. I am getting such this strong message. I feel like you guys are meant to have one partner. It's very soulmate, twin flame type energy. And I feel like you may reject this part of yourself, is something that's coming through. But even though we have the femme fatale here, I feel like you guys have almost this like marriage material. It's like I'm getting these contradicting energies. You may have a very wild heart, a very freedom seeking, fun seeking, like kind of goes and does things on a whim type energy, but you also have this very like motherly, nurturing, marriage material type energy. And this may be something that you kind of like fluctuate in your life. You may tend to, you know, fluctuate between wanting to settle down, wanting to be with one person, and wanting to feel freedom. I feel like something special about you is you're meant to learn freedom within connection, freedom within commitment, because we have this word dependency here. I feel like you guys are meant to learn how to be independent when you are connected with somebody, which is really interesting. I feel like you guys a strong theme in your life may be freedom. Finding freedom within form is something that's coming through, because freedom it's like expansive. There is no bound. There is no boundary to it. But it's like I'm being drawn specifically to like being a human and being in human form. You know, we are spirits having a human experience, but we also are only limited in our body. We can't go outside of our body unless we are in spirit, which would mean that we wouldn't be in a physical body. But that's something that all humans, you know, kind of fluctuate between, is like being this all-expansive, infinite, divine being while being contained in a human body. And I feel like blue moons may be very like significant times for you. I feel called to tell you that I actually got married on a blue moon, and that's why I feel such this strong like connection with marriage with this pile. And you guys actually got 2 dragon cards. So we have the coconut dragon, multitask, and the peach dragon, vulnerable. And with the peach here, I feel like you guys could be very physically attractive. I feel like you guys could have really physically attractive bodies is something that's coming through. And I feel like people may also fantasize about you is something that's also coming through. And I feel like it's really interesting. I feel like something you may also be learning in this life as well is intimacy. How to be intimate, how to connect with somebody on such a deep level. What makes pile number 3 special? I feel almost like you guys could resonate with being a walking contradiction. You're very hard to understand. You're very multifaceted. We do have multitask here, and the coconut can be used as many, many different things. And it's like, I feel like depending on how a person sees you, is like you have multiple identities is something that's coming through. It's like you are this mother energy. You are this, highly erotic energy. You are this very sexually charged person. You are this person who wants to settle down and have a family. You are this person who loves freedom, but you also are this person who likes being in a committed long-term relationship. Let's see what else we have. We have wait for winter. During the colder months, the Fairy Queen of Winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. With this purple energy here, I feel like you guys may have a very strong third eye. And I feel like you guys could resonate with being highly sensitive persons as well, where you may pick up on other people's energy and you may think that that's your own energy is something that's coming through. And this may be why you feel like you have a lot of identities, you have a lot of personalities, because you're very good at picking up on other people's energy and feeling like it's your own. And it can be hard sometimes, especially when you are a highly sensitive person, to differentiate between what is yours and what isn't. Because when you feel something in your body, it can feel so real. And it can feel like you are having that experience. But your spirit guides are saying, trace back the feeling to the what and why. What made you feel this feeling? Why are you feeling this feeling? Because if you're able to trace it back to something that feels true within you, then you can realize if it's yours or not. For example, if you walk into a room and all of a sudden you start feeling very negative and you start having a lot of self-doubt, if you, previous to walking in this room, you were having an amazing day and nothing bad seemed to happen, and you felt alive and you felt fun, those may not be your feelings. But if you walked into this room and you were having these feelings of negativity, and previous to this experience you had a negative experience where maybe you were in a car wreck, or you and your spouse were in a fight, or your family member said something to you that was hurtful, those may be your feelings. But if all of a sudden you just feel this strong negativity, I feel like you may be picking up on other people's energy. And I'm getting this specific example of this almost like attraction type energy coming through, which is interesting. And I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock timer. It's like, I feel like, for example, you may be around somebody who has a crush on you. And they think, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. Before this close encounter with this person, viewing them from a distance, you may have thought that person has a lot of red flags, that person is not exhibiting the best behavior, and then you're in this close proximity with this person, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, wow, this person is so amazing, this person is so beautiful. You may be actually picking up on this other person's energy is what's coming through, where this person has a crush on you and you are feeling the crush feelings that they have. which is interesting. I feel like your spirit guides really want you to trust your intuition, trust your gut. And I feel like you may also need a lot of time to spend in quiet contemplation, quiet introspection, or just time with yourself. Really focusing on your own energy and what it is that you feel. What makes pile number 3 special? With the peach and the vulnerable here, you guys have a really strong ability to be vulnerable and be soft. And I feel like this is one of your strengths. And a lot of times people may not view this as a strength. People may see, oh, vulnerability is a weakness, being soft is weak. But it's actually very, very strong to be in tune with your own emotions and to not dismiss how you feel about certain things. And actually, I want to read this card out of the book for you, because I feel like there's a message. So it says, the mystical meaning. Vulnerability is called for. It is not weak to allow someone into your unguarded heart. It is an act of extreme bravery. Let them pass through your gates and fences. Believe that you are a beautiful achievement worthy of being handled with delicate care. Those you invite in will see your openness as a gift. Sweetness in life can be found by sharing with others in an unguarded fashion. Interesting that that's coming through. I feel like if you guys have been feeling about talking with somebody about a way you're feeling, I feel like this is being very encouraged of you. Or expressing, how you feel to somebody, I feel like this is being very encouraged of you. I also feel with the Sagittarius card here, what makes you special, you have this very open energy and this very tolerant energy where you're able, I feel like you're not very judgmental toward people, toward their ideas, toward their beliefs, toward how they want to express themselves. With Sagittarius, you may have Sagittarius and Mercury is something that I'm feeling. But I feel like you're very understanding that everybody is different, everybody is unique in their own way, everybody is just trying their best, and everybody is expressing themselves how they want to be expressed, even if you don't necessarily agree with it. I feel like you may have friends from a lot of walks of life, is something that's coming through. And I feel like you just have such this attractive energy. I feel like you're almost coming through as a mirror to people as well, where people may, say, it's I feel like people see certain qualities in you that they find beautiful within themselves is something that's coming through. But they may not recognize this because you have such this open energy. It's I'm seeing somebody looking into a pond and looking back at themselves and being wow, that person's eyes are so beautiful. Wow, that person has a really good quality in understanding these certain topics. But it's those are the things that they love within themselves. And this you may actually know that people do this to you, which is interesting. I feel I'm just seeing somebody may walk up to you and you may not be, the smartest person when it comes to engineering, but you may have a very good ability at being open and, hearing people, listening to people and, asking questions or being curious about what it is that they love. And so people may see this as wow, this person's really into engineering. And it's no, you're not really into engineering, but the person you're talking to is. And so then these people may then project this onto you and be wow, this person is so beautiful and smart and kind and caring. And it's you may realize oh, this person's really into engineering. I feel like you have this really good ability to understand people and understand how people work. I also feel like you may be the friend that people go to when they talk about really deep topics like childhood trauma or how their parents treated them or their dreams, their goals, their aspirations. I feel like you have such a deep way of communicating with people. It's not surface level at all. It's something that's coming through where For example, you may have like surface level friends where the only thing they talk about is like, oh, I'm having so much fun, or I want to get drunk, or, you know, I love this shirt, or like really surface level things. I feel like you're like the deep friend. It's interesting that that's coming through. And I also feel if you have a partner, I feel like you guys may connect in a very like philosophical way, or on a very like mind level. Is something that's coming through. You may have very similar beliefs about the world. I feel like you guys also may be quite introverted, is something that's coming through. But people may, it's that message of mirroring again. It's like you have a really good ability at mirroring back to people who they are. And so people may find you very attractive because it's like they find that part of themselves attractive, but they may not admit that. But when they connect with you, and I feel like people who are really deep will really, really connect with you and really vibe with you. Other people who have this like very introspective, contemplative way of seeing things. I also feel this message of like, people may only be able to meet you as deep as they've met themselves. And this may be something that you understand about humans. And it's interesting that I'm saying humans because I feel like you guys are very high vibrational. I feel like you may resonate with being a starseed as well. But we're going to go ahead and look at your tarot cards and see what makes you special. Spirit guides of love and light. And I feel this like understanding. I feel like you understand people. Very non-judgmental energy, and this makes you special. Not a lot of people are like this. Sometimes people can be very judgmental, and I feel like you guys are the very opposite of that. You understand that everybody has a background, everybody has trauma, everybody comes from all different types of walks of life. Very open energy. Spirit guides of love and light. What makes pile number 3 special? And I'm also picking up on this like strong playful energy. I feel like you guys could be very playful. People may take this as like being very flirtatious, and maybe that is your intention, but I feel like you just have almost like this like silliness about you. It's like you just want to play, you just want to have fun, you just want to laugh, you just want to roll around, you just want to roll down a hill. And people may be like, oh, this person's flirting with me, this person thinks I'm attractive. And it's like, you just want people to be light, is something that's coming through. What is special about pile number 3? What makes pile number 3 special? So we had 3 cards come out. We have Justice come out. Was I mentioning that in this pile? I can't remember if I mentioned Libra energy in this pile. Justice. What makes pile number 3 special? And then we have, here, I'll move this down. We have the 5 of Wands. Again, it's like in this imagery, we see all these people wearing like all different kinds of outfits, and this card can talk about competition between people, but I'm really getting this strong message that you recognize the uniqueness within everybody. And you see the value and the importance that everybody brings to the table. And with the Justice card being here, I feel like you're really good at picking up on people's true intentions of things. You may have felt drawn to another pile as well, but I feel like you're really good at seeing, you know, what people are actually trying to get out of certain situations. Even if they don't express this on the surface, I feel like you're very good at picking up on the subtle signs. And then we have the 6 of Swords. Let's look at the back of the deck. We have the Hierophant. You may be some type of teacher or mentor or on a certain spiritual journey with this card coming through. I feel like people pick this up about you as well with the Justice and the Hierophant here, is like you're coming through as being very like authoritative in your own life, of understanding your own power, of knowing what it is that you bring to the table. And you may be really good at recognizing this in other people as well. I also feel with the Justice card here, you may be really good at bringing balance to certain situations. So for example, if you're in a room of extroverts, you may become an introvert. Or if you're in a room of introverts, you may then become the extrovert. It's like whatever is needed in a certain situation, you become that. I feel like strong shapeshifter energy here as well. And I also feel like you guys may be very curious about what else is out there. I feel like you guys could resonate with being seekers, spiritual seekers of different knowledge, different wisdom. And I also feel like you guys may be very into philosophy or understanding other people's views or traditions. And I also feel like you guys are really good at like connecting the dots, is something that's also coming through. And your spirit guides are calling me to tell you specifically about religion. So it's like there's so many different religions, and you may have, kind of dipped your toe in a lot of them and come to understand, the overall truth within all religions, and that it's all, connected back to the one source. Even though there's different names for it, God, the universe, source, divine, it's like you kind of understand the overarching theme. And that's why I feel like you guys would be really good teachers as well. What makes pile number 3 special? So we do have Libra and Taurus energy here, which is Venus. And then we have the femme fatale, which is all about beauty. So I feel like you guys are very attractive. And I feel like you could resonate with being conventionally attractive. But also I feel like you have a very attractive soul. Very beautiful type energy as well is something that's coming through. Venusian type energy. Beautiful. Very beautiful. I feel like also you may have passed on loved ones. This is something that's coming through that try to connect with you. I feel like you're really good at connecting with your passed on loved ones. And I feel like they could send you signs and symbols, and you may kind of really understand what it is they're trying to say. Oh, sorry about that. See if there's anything else I'm seeing. Just beautiful overall energy. I feel like you guys are very attractive. And that's something that makes you special as well. You may have certain features that are very unique, and I'm also getting, you may be conventionally attractive, but you may also be non-conventionally attractive. But it's like you have a very intriguing energy. People want to talk to you. People want to connect with you. People want to be vulnerable with you. And you may pick this up as well, where it's like people may come to you all of a sudden and start talking about religion or their religious trauma or their childhood trauma or, their ex that broke up with them. And I feel like you guys are very healing individuals as well. But I feel like that's all I have for you, pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like, please comment and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you later.